Hi friends, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Join me today as I make Nigerian fried rice and chicken for my client here in Portugal. From the store, shopping the ingredients, to my kitchen. Let's go guys. I just got to the store and I shopped at Lidl. Lidl is a very prominent store here in Portugal, and so I got to the store. I went to pick up a shopping basket because I'm buying quite a number of things. It's time to shop. And so I went straight to the vegetable section. I was going to pick bell peppers, and I found this combo of the 3 colors in one, and I picked it right away and added it to my basket. Next, I walked down straight to the section for seafoods. I needed shrimps, and so I went to pick it up. Shrimps in Portuguese is called miolo do camarão. I hope I got it right. So I picked it, I checked the price, it was favorable, and so I picked it and added it to my cart. So next I went straight to where I was going to get frozen veggies. I wanted a mix of carrots, green peas and green beans, but I wasn't finding that mix, and I was just seeing the ones that had all of those combo but with Irish potatoes in it, and I don't want to stress myself trying to sort it out, and so I left it. I then went to the section for rice. I'm getting vaporizado rice. It's very similar to the Nigerian rice, and so I added it. You can see some quotes in there. I was going to get that for my baby, but I didn't get it eventually. You'll see why. So I got to the spice section. I was searching for thyme. I didn't find it, but I saw bay leaves and I picked it because I was going to need it as well. I saw these dry fruits. I use it in baking my cakes, and so I picked it. And then I saw these oat flakes. I was happy to find it because this one is just perfect for my baby. It's softer and it cooks on time. And then I saw this very big, huge looking cornflakes. I decided to go for it because checking it is quite economical in price, and so I added it to my basket. I was going on my own and then I saw the yogurt section. Guys, I had to stop by to pick one, and so I went for the strawberry and banana flavor. I took just a pack for myself, my husband and our baby. And this protein pudding, I always love to buy it whenever I go to the store, and so I picked it. Now this is why I dropped those 2 shots you saw the other time. I saw this nice 2-piece and I was like, this will look very nice on curries, and so I picked it. Now it was time to get chicken. I needed chicken for my order and also for the house, and so I got quite a number of them. It was time to pay, and this was me adding all the stuff I got to the I don't know what they call it, maybe sliding board, so I can pay for them. So I picked a bag, I paid, and it's time to go home. I went out of the shop and went straight to where I was going to enter my bus. I got to the bus station and I decided to snack on what I bought, and I got home, and this was me walking down home. Now this was 2 days after, and I was going to prep my chicken. I still had a day. The next day was when I was going to prepare the food and then send down the order. And so this was me just washing the chicken, prepping it down. I was going to make fry the chicken and cook it with a stew. So I was just washing the chicken. I love washing my chicken very well so that the whole dirt and blood will be properly removed. So I was doing a second rinse here, just to take out the blood. Like I said, just a thorough wash on the chicken. The water was warm. I used warm water in rinsing the chicken from the start to the end. Next, it was time to boil my chicken, and so this is me just seasoning the chicken. I added salt, seasoning cubes, curry, and thyme. I eventually got thyme from a store very close to our house here. I got some other things as well that I was going to use from this store too. So I massaged in the ingredients because I was not keeping it to marinate for a long time. I was going to cook immediately, so I had to use my hand to massage in, especially because the seasoning cubes were quite strong. And I always add onions to my protein before cooking, to soften it one, and also to add flavor and aroma. So it was time to cook. This was after a few minutes. I came to stir the chicken, so that every part cooks properly. And then after a while again, it was ready. I stirred just to be sure that it's properly cooked. And it was time to fry. I put my pot on the cooker and added in some vegetable oil. As you can see me do, when the oil was quite hot enough to fry, I added in my chickens. I didn't want to overcrowd the pot, and so I just added a few of them because my pot wasn't even big. And so the chicken was fried, and this was the last set. I was done frying at this point, and it was time to make the stew. Look at our chicken, looking so yummy and tasty. Okay, so I used the same pot I used in frying the chicken. I just removed the excess oil. I added in my already chopped onions and gave it a good stir. After that, I grated in some garlic and ginger, just for that extra flavor. So when I was done with that, I gave it a good stir so that it fries but also doesn't burn. And I have this already grinded and blended and boiled tomatoes, so I just added it to my oil, allowed it to fry well. This is pepper. Here, if you get your pepper from Asian stores, you don't add too much, so I just added a little. And it was time to spice up my stew, so I went in with some thyme, some curry powder, salt, and of course seasoning cubes. And so I gave it a good stir so that everything mixes in well. And then I added a little bit of the chicken stock to loosen it up. And then I stirred. And now it was time for my chicken to go in, and so I did something here. I had to remove the stew just so that the stew will mix very well with every part of the chicken. And so you just watch and see what I was doing. I added in the chicken, and that's the first set, and stirred. I added in the next set and stirred as well. Now I added part of the stew that I put in the plates. I gave it a good stir. I had to reduce the intensity of the heat because at this point it was looking like it was burning, and so I had to reduce it. And now I added the last set and gave it a good stir so that everything will enter the chicken. Yeah, I covered it and reduced the heat again so that it cooks well. The stew enters the chicken very well. So this was after a while. I allowed it to cool, and before I started packing it into my plate to refrigerate, since it wasn't going to be used that day. So this was me packing it into my plate before refrigerating. And yeah, look at our chicken, looking so luscious. Okay, this was the third day, and I started with prepping my veggies, dicing the red bell peppers. And yeah, how do you guys dice your your bell peppers? I feel like dicing bell peppers is like a difficult task for me. I really don't like it, and that's why most of the times I opt for frozen veggies. But for this one, I usually like it fresh. Anyways, I was done, and this was everything. And so I did a stir fry for the bell peppers. I seasoned it a little, and just after a few seconds I brought it out so that it doesn't soak too much oil and become soggy. And yeah, this is where the mixed veggies, frozen veggies I eventually got. I did a stir fry on that one as well. And these are the shrimps. I've cleaned them. I also hate cleaning shrimps. But then I cleaned them. At this point I was tired because doing this as a nursing mom. Okay, IYK. Now it was time to cook. I added in my oil. I eventually reduced part of this oil because of course there is oil in my bell peppers already, my veggies in short, and the shrimp. So I didn't want my rice to have too much oil. So I reduced it, and so I added in my onions. At this point, guys, I was supposed to put in the bay leaves before the rice. I was supposed to put in the bay leaves, and thyme, but you know, as a nursing mom, if I was going to let you listen to the raw video, the voice, I was just like, Caris, live there, Caris, come here, Caris. And so I forgot. I'm not blaming my daughter, but oh my god, it is well. So I just went in with my rice, and when it became clear to me, I was like, I'll just add everything in. It's all going to cook together. So after frying my rice, guys, this is fried rice. Some people they skip this process. Fry your rice, put your rice straight into the pot and fry it. After that, I went in with my chicken stock, and then I started seasoning. I'm cooking in 2 pots because this one pot wasn't going to be enough. I had actually borrowed pots because I don't have a very big pot, to cook as much as that. But guess what? It didn't work with my cooker. This was the second pot I borrowed. Let me not even go into that story. So I added in everything, as you can see, and so my secret ingredient to it's not a secret, it's all over because I found it online as well. Before now, I've been using it and it's been working for me. I use turmeric to give it that fried rice color. You can let me know in the comment section what you use. I know some people use green red bell pepper. I don't know, I've not tried before, but I just have a feeling that it won't work. So I added chicken stock and more water just to cook the rice well. Then I was almost going to forget pepper, guys. So I quickly added my pepper. Look at that beauty. So the rice had cooked here, and it was cooked, and I just was mixing it to fluff it up, or if that's what they call it. And so I just stirred it a bit, and it was time now to add the veggies. So I added in the stir fried veggies. I was adding it in bit by bit and stirring at the same time. At this point, I had reduced the heat drastically because they were both cooked. It was just for them to mix in well. So I was adding in the veggies little by little, and the shrimps as well. But somehow I added so much of the veggies in the other pot. As you can see, it was heaped up already, and I just had to transfer it into another container to mix it properly, because it was pouring out while I tried, but it wasn't working, and I just knew that I should transfer it. Now guys, look at our rice is ready. Yummy. Thank you for watching, and I'm very glad that you watched up till this point. Thank you so much, and see you in my next vlog or my next video. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment. Peace and love. Bye.